Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Arweave update. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves because we are really headed for a moonshot here with Arweave. What we see here is a wake of accumulation pattern that we've been monitoring for actually more than 1.5 years here. So wake of accumulation patterns are the best accumulation patterns that we can see in markets because the honest truth is they bring results. So what we are looking here is probably one of the best setups that we can have in markets here. And the good thing is we have it here on Arweave. We started monitoring this when we're down below here at $4.50 thereabout, and we are more than 100% up. But the good thing is there is even still more to go. And really, in the immediate short term here, there is a huge popper that is going to show up. I'm going to show you that in the market, right? But before we get into today's content, I just want to kindly ask you to help me spread this video by delicately tapping the like button. It helps the YouTube algorithm. People looking for Arweave updates will now be able to find this video much more easily. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel just yet, I would encourage you to do so, really, because I do tier on Arweave and a number of altcoins on a regular basis. And without me running my mouth too much, let's get back into the real business, right? So let's quickly start here with the immediate short term. What do I expect to happen, especially this weekend heading into next week? I expect a surprise pop up to the upside here, just like this. Something that is going to turn up, hitting something like $12 even here on Arweave, right, in the immediate short term before we end up having a pullback. The reason why I say this is because already Arweave is a laggard, right? We already, that in markets, we've got, leaders, we've got the mid pick, and then we've got laggards. So usually Arweave is a laggard, and actually we've got an indicator here. For example, we have ADA, which is the same setup as Arweave, and you can see that today it's up something like 25%. So expect something like this here to happen with Arweave. Another example that I would actually give is Polkadot, right? So this is somewhere where we are here with Arweave, and then you can expect this huge rise to happen this weekend heading into next week. So something like a surprise pop is going to happen here in the immediate short term, but really that's not so important, right? What we want to know is really how high can we go with a certain structure like this. So as I've already mentioned, that this is one of the best patterns because the more time you spend accumulating right here is the higher the price is actually going to go, right? So let's go ahead and see how high we can go. So I mean, from a really conservative point of view, we can actually see that with the same structure, we can play around it and come up with something like a falling wedge here, which also is one of the most successful patterns in markets because it has got something like a 66% success rate to go ahead and reach its price target, of which the price target of this setup is usually the top of the wedge. So we are looking at something like $42 here as the top of the wedge for Arweave to hit maybe in the coming months or something like that, especially the first part of 2024, right? But then again, we can actually support this kind of an argument by grabbing our fib retracement tool from the very top of that structure there to the bottom of the wake of accumulation pattern. And you can see that, yeah, there is a fib retracement level that is coinciding with that. So that's something like the 3.8 and also the 0.5. So that range there is coinciding with our price target there about at $42. We are having a range of $38 to $48 there about, right? So that's one argument there, but this is actually really in the worst case scenario. But as I was saying already, since we are coming out of a wake of accumulation pattern, they can be amazing price. Okay, so let's take a look at the all-time price section of Arweave here. You can actually see that we have, according to Arweave theory, 5 groups to the upside. So taking a look at them nice and easy here, we start with wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then this is the 5th group. So one cycle is complete there, right? And then according to Arweave theory again, you expect a correction. So in the form of a correction, you are expecting an A, B, C, as complicated as it may look. This wake of accumulation pattern is just an A, B, C correction. So obviously after a cycle like this, now you are expecting further push to the upside in the form of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 webs to the upside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as high as you can go here with Arweave, right? So already we are in the first wave, and that wave really isn't so interesting because people are kind of doubting and they're not really sure. But I'm telling you, I mean, once you get a good entry like what we got here at $4.50, I think this is actually something that is going to be amazing in the future. So how high can we actually go with this kind of a structure, right? So looking back at the wake of accumulation pattern, we can actually take a look at previous market examples where we had something like this. But you can take a look at Dogecoin, for example. It had the same kind of setup here, wake of accumulation, and let's take a look at how high it went, right? So from the very top here to the bottom of that wake of accumulation pattern, look, it extended to the full fib extension here, which is something like the 4.236 fib extension level. And then if we actually have something like that here for Arweave, right, let's go back to the wake of accumulation pattern here and grab our fib retracement tool from the very top of that structure there. to the very bottom here of the work of accumulation pattern, we are looking at the full extension here. We are actually looking at something like 360 something dollars thereabout, right? So this is where I get the maximum price where we can go with this bull market. But as you can see here, even with Dogecoin, right after completing this work of accumulation pattern, it pulled back at the extension here, but even continued even further, right? So that's something that is actually very possible. I mean, we can also have an example here of, Cardano. You can see it has this kind of a work of accumulation pattern, a little bit different to what we have, and that one on its own, it's something like a 2.618 extension level, and that would be something like, $223 for Arweave. Not a bad price, like it's my own opinion, but I mean, not as good as something like 380 something or 360 something, right? But I mean, you're just saying that the previous work of accumulations have been successful. Another example that I could probably give would be something like Ethereum. Let's go ahead and check Ethereum and see what kind of a setup it had back then in the previous bear market. And we can see here that it actually is looking like it also had a work of accumulation. Let's go and put this one on a log scale. And you can see this work of accumulation pattern as well. Let's quickly take a look at how high it went with that work of accumulation from the very top to the very bottom of the structure here. You can see a 3.618 fib retracement level, fib extension level actually. So, I mean, these fib extension levels will be hit for Arweave. The best case scenario at the moment is something like 300 and something, 360 something dollars thereabout. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it from me in the immediate short term. We are looking for a 20-25% pump to the upside. And as I said already in the last video, I don't expect Arweave to be making new lows right here. We are going to be making higher lows as we go ahead with this work of accumulation pattern, breaking out of that range and heading even higher as we already talk about here. So obviously, none of what I say is financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say, all right? But if you like the video, don't forget to quickly tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and then I'm going to have to see you on the next one. Take good care of yourself. Bye.